how it is. You've got so much money and you don't know whether to take the Bentley for a cruise or take the Ram TRX for a drive. So these two are very unlikely contenders, but I thought it might be interesting to pitch them up against each other because there are a lot of similarities here, not just the color. Specifically, I've got the Ram TRX 1500 TRX Final Edition version. So this is a send-off to the V8 powered TRX as we know it. The next gen version could be an inline, well, it will be an inline 6, but whether it wears or whether the TRX badge actually comes back or not is yet to be confirmed. But there will be a high performance version, kind of like a TRX with an inline 6. The Ram TRX is the most powerful pickup truck ever offered in Australia. 700 horsepower, 6.2 litre supercharged V8, or in new language, 523 kilowatts and 882 Newton meters. And in the Bentley, we've got the Bentayga extended wheelbase version because I thought it might be a bit more even, a bit more weight to it. Anyway, it's got a 4-litre twin-turbo V8, 404 kilowatts and 770 Newton meters. Definitely not as powerful, but if we factor in the weight, which we'll do in a second, it starts to even up a little bit. Both use an 8-speed automatic, and interestingly, they both use the ZF 8HP based transmission. So this transmission has been, it's widely used across a number of brands, but obviously each brand applies its own calibration. So you can have a good gearbox or a good product or component, but the tuning and calibration is almost just as important. So they're both obviously tuned differently in these applications, but it's a very good gearbox, very quick changes. It is just a torque converter automatic. It's not a dual clutch or anything like that, but even so, it's probably one of the fastest gear change gearboxes that you'll find with a torque converter, in my opinion anyway. If you want to go quicker, you need dual clutch automatic. So checking out the Kerb weights, the TRX weighs 2,973 kilograms, and the Bentley weighs 2,514 kilograms. So it's about 400 kilograms difference there. But since the TRX has all that power, the power to weight ratio is 175.9 kilowatts per ton, while the Bentley makes do with 160 kilowatts per ton. So straight away, the TRX should easily win this. However, we can only look at 0 to 100 because the TRX is speed limited to 160 kilometers an hour because of its big chunky tires, while the Bentley will keep soaring to a top speed of 290 kilometers an hour. And I think it's one of the fastest stock SUVs money can buy. Like, you can get other Porsche and BMW or whatever SUVs that can go faster, but you need to option up to a kind of driver's pack or speed pack or whatever. Whereas this is just stock standard 290 kilometers an hour. So that does make a difference, obviously, with the 0 to 200 time. Obviously, the TRX can't do that, but mainly the quarter mile. The TRX crosses the quarter mile while it's hitting the speed limiter. If you could take that off, it would definitely be even quicker again. But anyway, let's see how they go. There we have it. The Bentley gets there in the end, well, especially in the end. It doesn't have a speed limiter, but even across 0 to 100, it just hauls to 100. It really gets up and goes, even though it has a weaker power to weight ratio than that big TRX beast. I love driving the TRX. It's it's like a cartoon car. It really is an awesome vehicle to drive around in. The Bentley I know there's probably a bit of a stereotype to Bentleys and so on, but if you take one of these, or if you're lucky enough to take one of these for a drive, they're actually really nice to drive, and they hammer along, and they go around corners like they're much smaller and much lighter vehicle, like really, really fast car. The engine is probably a bit quiet, given that it's more luxury focused. That's fair enough, whereas the TRX just sounds like an absolute monster. So what would I take? Well, there's $250,000 between them. It's a bit unfair, I guess, but if I was just given one for a day to drive around in, I guess it depends where you're driving in. Obviously, if you're on a paddock or something, you'd take the TRX any day. But if I was cruising around the town and so on, I'd probably take the Bentley, because it is so fast, but it's just so comfortable and cruisy to drive. I mean, it's $250,000 more, so it's going to be more appealing, I guess. But yeah, you'll be surprised by how well that big Bentley drives. And the TRX is just a beast. It's a toy. Massive power. You can feel it tugging the wheel a little bit as some of that 700 horsepower is being sent to the front. Full power. Yeah, it's definitely got lots of grunts. It's a man cave hero toy, like that's the thing you want to have in your shed. It's a magic beast. It's a shame that it's actually going out of production. Let me know what you think though. What would you pick? Aside from the money, what would you take for a day? Say in a normal scenario, you can drive it wherever you like, but it's, you can't take it to the track, or you can't take it on a paddock. What would you take for a day? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.